all we came to be happy again.
This is my entry into Patrick's contest, the Vinyl Archivist. He's reached 500 subscribers. Congratulations, Patrick. If you don't know Patrick's channel, I'll leave a link below. Please check it out. Patrick's a great guy on in the vinyl community. Does a lot of live streams and participates in a lot of live streams, and he's extremely knowledgeable about vinyl pressings and equipment, audio equipment, and things like that. Just he's a wealth of knowledge. You can pick his brain and learn a whole lot. So he's a great guy to have in the vinyl community. It's one of those examples. I hope the people in the vinyl community don't restrict themselves to just watching and following people whose musical tastes perfectly parallel their own. Because if you do, you're missing out on a whole lot. There's a lot of times when you can learn a whole lot and enjoy a whole lot of vinyl community contributions if you get out of your comfort zone. And oftentimes people have the personality and the presentation that leads you, even though you're not a big fan of their particular main focus of music, that you enjoy watching theirs. Patrick's a good example. Our tastes in music meet somewhere, but his and mine are a long ways away from each other in a lot of ways, but I enjoy his contributions nonetheless. So check out Patrick's channel. Anyway, contest is a simple one. The Beatles, covers of the Beatles. And so I thought about different ones. I watched Deep Track Zach's contribution, and he had this one. I have it on the Duane Allman anthology, but it's the Wilson Pickett Hey Jude version, which is extremely good. He offered a lot of great information on that one as well. So watch Zach's video. One of the interesting things I read, I don't know if it's legend or truth, but they were at lunch. The studio musicians had gone to get something to eat, and for one reason or another, Pickett and Allman didn't go. Probably because this was the 1960s in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and it might create some problems, either of them sitting down at a diner table, Allman being long-haired, hippie-looking fellow, and Wilson Pickett being African-American. So I've heard it said they just basically, just bring me something back. I'm going to stick around here. And they just messed around playing, and Duane Allman suggested, why don't you do that Beatles song, Hey Jude? And Pickett thought he was saying, Hey Jude, and he thought it was, anti-Semitic. And Allman said, no, I don't think that's what they mean. I think it's like Jude, like a name, somebody's name. And he convinced Pickett that no, there wasn't anything anti-Semitic about it, and they cut it. And of course, Duane Allman's guitar, and that is just so great. Okay, lots of people covered the Beatles. There's just so many choices. You go to any instrumental album from an instrumental artist, and you'll probably find a Beatles song in there somewhere. Ramsey Lewis or Boots Randolph mentioned by Rod, or King Curtis. And on this King Curtis album is, and I love her, the Atco Records album from King Curtis. That's a good example. And the king of the instrumentals, the Ventures, they actually do 3 Beatles songs on this album. This is a really good kind of a compilation album. The Michelle is on here, and Eleanor Rigby's on here, and there was one more. Let me find it on here. There it is. Hey Jude. They do Hey Jude as well. So the Ventures, another example. But the one I picked was the New Deal String Band. New Deal String Band. And this is their album Bluegrass. And it is on London Records, Sire London Records. And they do Don't Pass Me By from the White Album, not written by Lennon or McCartney or Harrison, but by Richard Starkey. Richard Starkey, which of course is Ringo. Now don't confuse this New Deal String Band. There was also a kind of a folk rock, I believe, British band called New Deal String Band. But this is one of the early long-haired bluegrass bands. A big influence on Sam Bush, who would kind of go on. So they're kind of a precursor to what we would call progressive bluegrass or newgrass. They also do a Rolling Stones song on there and recorded that in England. A major label bluegrass from the 1960s, kind of interesting. Anyway, those are some looks at some albums or some cuts on albums that were written by one or more of the Beatles. So that's it. Congratulations, Patrick, on your 500 plus subscribers. And I'll remind everybody, be kind to your be kind to your neighbors, because we're all neighbors. Take care.